Al.
He's such a Vigo.
That's right.
Oh.
Yes. And that spells Leo. L-E-O.
This is the other baby's name?
No, Leo. One baby, they didn't have a name. They just called that one baby. And Leo was the name of the other baby.
8. There's 8 babies in here.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't see them.
That's because they're underneath the ground. Their bodies are. The babies are up in heaven. They're in heaven.
The heads?
Their soul, the part of them that was alive,
The
that
skin?
part went up to heaven. The skin wasn't the part that was alive. It was the part inside that thinks and feels. That's the part that's not there.
Where did the heart go? Down here?
Well, the part of the heart that was skin is down there, yes. The part of the heart that felt love, it's up in heaven.
Where's heaven? Up in the sky and the blue stuff?
Well, we're not sure where heaven is. It's where God's at.
God?
Yeah.
You have such thoughts.
Yeah. God lives everywhere.
Connor.
Grandma, who is that?
I can't see from there. Come here, see who this is.
You're dead.
You come here.
What do the things mean on the sides?
I don't know. I think that's Alpha and Omega, the beginning and end. The A and the O. The X and the P, I think, is for
What's that?
Pax for peace,
What's that?
for Christ.
What's
That's my mama
No,
and my
Connor.
daddy.
Come here, buddy. That's your great grandma and grandpa, Donovan.
Oh,
Right here.
who is it?
My mama and my daddy.
My grandma and grandpa.
Who's their name?
We'll go up and figure it out.
Come here, Connor. Look. Con.
It's 41 degrees. Feels some better.
Morris,
Drapes to ruffles to
and
be
Evelyn.
washed, ironed,
Lynch.
soft and muddy out. It was at calculations all
Right
day.
there by your hand
At
it says Lynch.
calculator
That used
at
to be
3
my
o'clock.
last name.
Coffee at
This?
9:30.
Yeah.
To psych for lunch.
L,
Home by 5.
Y.
Got
Connor,
cigarettes.
Vaughn. Come here. Look at
Beaten, tired, and sick.
Hey.
Fried
Connor, look
steak.
it.
Made
That's my
instant
daddy.
potatoes.
Connor.
Twinkie cakes. Kids to catechism with Hubert. David home with Wayne. Not right.
Huh?
I washed, made
My
beds,
daddy.
picked up upstairs, ironed,
No,
cough,
that one
cough,
was-
asthma.
It was
MJ still
everybody's
beat,
last
did
name,
dishes,
yeah.
TV,
And then over there,
checks
the
came,
other one over there,
250.
that's my mama.
Connor!
Mine,
No, come
88
here.
Marines.
Down
Checks
there it
back.
says my
Okay,
name
Connor,
and my
look
brother
what Donovan's
David's
got.
name
David
Here.
at
and my
8:45 to
sister's
bed.
name.
It was a nice morning.
See, that's
Turned
my baby
cloudy,
sister
foggy
there,
at 7. It
and
was a
that's my
dark
baby
day.
sister there.
April
Over
2nd,
those
1965,
rocks there.
Friday.
Over
33
there,
degrees,
Donovan.
cloudy, coughing.
Donovan, sit
Right
down.
here.
To work. Calculating, felt rough all day.
Connor, what is
Home
that?
at 5. Marine at Canes to babysit. Ann with her. David to Valley and off with Wayne and gang.
My
Where?
baby sister Mary.
Marine home at 11:30. David home at 1:30. I had miserable night, asthma and cough. Marine rubbed me at midnight, relaxed.
That's my baby sister
I
Linda.
sat up for David. He was home. He'd had beer,
There's only
and
me
mud
and
had
David
been
in that
bad.
family that are
The
living.
kids skipped school. Pray David wasn't in it. Peden rolled his Jeep.
never got to
Galen
grow up.
Smith is in the hospital from
They
that
died when they were
accident.
little babies.
Galen Smith was our neighbor boy. April 3rd, Saturday,
That was just how it
33 degrees.
happened.
Cloudy to rain. Still cough and asthma. Up at 5. Nap till 6. Windy. Took in Marine. Home for a nap. The men up at 8:30. No work for David. MJ and Ida West Branch, put in $215 and $150, kept $100 out, paid $30 and $35 and $40 on interest on the $21,000 note, $26 worth of medicine. In for Pro Time, it was 27.7%. To Tipton via home. Got David. Rissmiller came to his office. That was Mom's attorney. Worked out a loan application. Got a few groceries, $13 worth. Home. Me feeling rough. Cough, chills, flu. Girls went for David for an hour. Maureen to stay at Susan's till after date. Supper. Me rotten all night. Watched TV. Napped. I did wash the windows in the afternoon. David to the valley with Kessler. All home at 1. David drunk. Susan stayed all night. It was awfully muddy. April 4th, Sunday. Dorothy Connell's birthday. David turned off the tank heater, brought in the heater cords for the car. So it must be getting to be springtime. Up at 4 o'clock, coughing. Cloudy and damp. Maureen and Susan off at 6:30. They had to change tire in West Branch. There was a bump on it. Maureen was 15 minutes late to work. I took Susan home. Me home and slept till 9:30. So muddy. David and I to church. David served. A little slow. Washed, hung drapes. Cleaned the living room floor. Rearranged furniture. David in for Maureen at 5. Had steak for supper. Maureen sewed hem and coat Adelaide gave her. I shortened Sadie's coat and Adelaide's dress. Johnny stopped about 4 with old clothes of Adelaide's. I called Paul about the order book being here. He's still sickly. I wonder what's wrong with Uncle Paul. Frank Baker back at Crestview nursing home. Monday, April 5th, 65. Raining, 41 degrees. Some better. To work. Got hose, candy, compact, and cigarettes at Secrets. Wore a new raincoat and Adelaide's dress. Water high at Iowa City. Did computations. Felt bad by 11. Horrid from then on. Finished 2 runs on Polypatil. Still 2 on the Karotic. Told Emig I might miss tomorrow. I'm so beat. Rained hard all day. Home at 5. Bill drove, and then Fran. No Don, Ed, Evelyn, or Bertha. Got gas and oil. And those were all people that were their riders back and forth from university. Paid last of muffler bill. Got paint roller, also sugar, bread, cottage cheese. Maureen had lovely chicken for supper. I got her tea at Cedar Valley. Called Kathy. She can't paint yet tomorrow. Me on the Davenport all night. David brought me nice ice chips. Maureen gave me good back rub. We were here. She wore her new coat today. Ordered David's billfold, and Bill went to see Chloe. She has heart trouble. Saw Harley and Ida. Harley had whiskers. He must not normally have had a beard. Tuesday, April 6th, 50 degrees, sun shining. I'm staying home, up at 5:30 with a dull headache, cough and back so sore. In the doctor at 3, got stuck in the lane. Washed some, put refrigerator on defrost, just laid around. MJ cashed his Social Security at the Valley. I cashed $260 tax refund at the bank. Got cash. The doctor bill was $5.30. I have a bronchial infection. Rest and medicine. To stay down tomorrow. Got my hair cut for $2.25. David home at 2:30. Johnny and Slaw and Oscar pulled us out of the lane. Supper, David and I in for Maureen at 7:30. Home and napped. I cleaned the refrigerator, weak and nasty. Called Don Laughlin I'd not go tomorrow again. Johnny said he gave land check to Rissmiller yesterday. Got frames for Maureen's prints. Those would be my Keen prints, as you recall. Which I just felt I was so very, very trendy because I had these Keen pictures. Spelled Kean. April 7th, Wednesday, 1965. 40 degrees. It's a nice AM. Up at 6. Have a headache, cough. Not as severe. to rest. Must call lab early. The kids got off. Laughlin called at 7:30. I forgot to call him. I washed the sheets, hung them outside, cleaned the bathroom and kitchen, and then was worn out. Nap done. Napped an hour, and Johnny came up. He disked the lane and moved David's car, had dinner with us. I cleaned the upstairs, painted the top panel. This woman is homesick. Yeah. She wasn't much of a rester-upper either. I just see so much of my girls in her. Kathy to come tomorrow. That's Kathy Reichert to paint. Us to Valley at 2. The river is high. Went to North Liberty for groceries, and I bought a skirt. Not too happy with any of it. Kids were home on the bus. Maureen to her room, David to his car. Then both to Valley, supper, me bushed. Maureen to Cane's, us to Cards, David home alone. Beer cans in the lane when we got home. Maureen slept on the Davenport. Her room is topsy-turvy. Trying to work out how she can get to Cedar Rapids Friday. I wonder what was in Cedar Rapids. Oh, there's no school, I see, on Friday. Okay, reading ahead. April 8th, Thursday. Got David's billfold and belt. $9. 47 degrees, raining, hard to get to work. Did dog, not too bad. Took lunch, home by 5. Got paint for David's room. Kathy painted the hall, it's lovely. Maureen didn't go to school, can't understand. David out with boys after school, got transmissions in mean humor because we won't let him ram with Wayne and Kenny Moore. He has no self-control. He took Maureen and Marcia to catechism. FHA man came with assistant, signed for the loan. Lots of questions and answers. Kids home at 9, stuck in the lane. Got AAA to pull us out. Called Evelyn Hazlett that I'm not writing. She can use my place to haul Barb. I don't know who any of those folks are. David was wild to go to Cedar Rapids with gang tomorrow. Such a Donnybrook. Have MJ almost sick. David talks of nothing but drinking and ramming and women. Friday, April 9th, no school. Up at 5. Mama died 16 years ago today. Lonesome for her. Took Maureen and Susan in. No school. They went to Cedar Rapids, and I went to work. It was a nice day, lovely weather. Never saw Imig. Everyone to New Jersey. That would be all the doctors. I left at 3:40. Bosch's dog was a failure. The girls came in us at 4. Closed Imig's office. We would take the bus from Iowa City to Cedar Rapids when we wanted to go up there shopping. It's always quite a to-do to get to jump on the bus and go to Cedar Rapids. I think it cost like $2 or something. Home at 4:45. Dick helping David on his car. Got someone to serve for David. Morris and Maureen and I to Mass. Maureen wore her new hat and dress to confession and communion. Maureen to Lucille's to meet Susan and to school play. Us home for David. He has his transmission in, but the drive shaft. She called Stafford for more parts. Then off to Adelissa and shrimp supper, drinks and onion rings. They were fair. It would cost us $9. We were too full. Home to the Valley. Paid Dick $4. David home with girls. I napped. MJ played cards. Home at 11. The bridge is closed at the Valley. April 10th, Saturday, 1965, 46 degrees. Cloudy, looks like rain. Maureen into work at 7, raining at 7:30, nap till 9:30, to Tipton via Rochester. The water is high. Talk to Hargrave, can sell to John Deere. Went to Fraser. Both places will be out to look at ours. MJ got his hair cut and shoes. I got shoes and paint for Maureen's room. Evidently, they're really starting to get rid of the equipment by this time. We must have had a John Deere tractor that they're trying to sell. David got drive shaft for $5. Home and on in for Maureen. Got dress at Penny's. Meet in West Branch. Had supper. It rained. Gilbert Nielsen called in the morning for Maureen. That's who I went to the prom with, so we must be getting awfully close to senior prom. David tried to start car. I pulled him to the Tierra and back. Rain and horrid. The clutch went out. Left the car there. He's just beat. Let him go with the boys. Maureen with Carol Agater and Carl Hike. She was home at 12:30 with the schoolie boy. David home at 2. He'd been to Cedar Rapids. Sunday, April 11th. It's warm. Took Maureen at 6:30. Came home, slept till 9:30. David drove to Valley to view the water. Mass at 11. Had new altar. Gave Father McCoy $2 for Uncle Dennis's Mass, the 21st. That would be the anniversary of my Uncle Dennis's death. He died on Easter. Quite some years before. Maybe 8. I don't have a time frame. Used to view the water at the valley and Baker's. Obviously the bridge was flooded badly. And then to Baker's. It rained and hailed and was windy. Home, washed and cleaned. Pulled David's car to Fulton's. Such a wind. Home. William was here with a new...
Hello, Uncle William. This is David Lynch reporting from the Yellow Washing Hills. The date is the 22nd of July. The time, 3:50, and it's Friday. Well, Mom and Dad are down, and me are down there for a visit. Maureen's over at Cedar Valley. She's with a friend, Sharon Wade. And anyhow, I wanted to tell you that I wish you'd look in the West Branch Times to see if you can look at the City League scores. There's the Cubs and the Pirates. There's different teams like that, the Yankees and stuff. I think there's 9 teams, and I'm on the Cubs, and we're in 3rd place right now. And today is Friday, and we have 2 more days until the World Series starts. The games are all over, and then we play the Giants. Then we play. I think we play every night until we get paid. And it's real hot today, and I don't know. This morning I looked and it was 98, and me and Dad went down to clean out the cash shed down there. We had to bail out a lot of water in there. We had a hailstorm maybe about a month ago, 4th of June I guess it was, and it really blasted our barn up, and we had collected a lot of insurance and stuff. We was down in the barn when it came, and it was just a real bad storm. You could hardly hear, and the hailstorms was about as big as golf balls. And they broke a lot of our neighbors' windows, and they didn't break any of our windows, but they really blasted our roofs up. We got our insurance, and we got new roof on the barn, a brand new tin roof. We got a new roof on our hog house, and then they patched up our garage. Our garage roof had a few holes in it, and then the porch roof. Well, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I guess Mom, she's standing right here. I think she wants to talk to you right now.
Hello, William. I haven't talked to you on this tape for an awful long time. We took Maureen to the valley, you see, this little friend, and she took her dolls. Of course, she thinks she's too old for dolls now, but she has them, and when she's going to go play with somebody that plays with dolls, so she has some dolls that she takes, and when the Julius girls were here, well, they had fun with her dolls. But we had kind of a thrill last night, I'll have to tell you. I had stripped the beds all down to make them, to wash, and didn't have them made yet when Morris went up to bed. So he had to undress and take his brace off sitting on a chair. And I made the bed and didn't think about him having to get from the chair to the bed without his brace on, and I went on in with where Maureen was to fix some electric fans, for as David told you, it's just terrible hot here right now. This is true corn weather. And when I came back, while Morris was in bed, and he said he had taken some steps without his brace. So we got pretty excited, and both the kids came in, and he stood up, and he has tried this before, but his knee would always buckle. But this time we did it a little bit different. He leaned on something, and he could stand on his right leg without his brace, and that is a big step. We're just kind of excited about it. We think that, perhaps the first of next week or as soon as we can, we'll go back into the veterans and talk to someone in there. This boy from Coralville, who had the same experience Morris did, a heart attack followed by a stroke in 2 months. It was his left side, and after 2 years he was able to go from a full leg brace like Morris wears to a knee leg brace, and then after 2 more years he went without his brace. So of course we're just real anxious to see how this turns out, and this is something you can see with the speech. We can know that there's improvement, and we know that he's getting better as far as that's concerned, but this is something physically that you can really see, and we're just real elated about it, and I wanted to tell you, William, and I'll give it back to David.
April 16th, Friday. She didn't go to work. It's Good Friday. Up at 8:30, cold and cloudy. Maureen to stay home. Took David to car in the valley. Us to Tipton. Saw Groves to get money about the 26th. Looked at Fraser tractor for $450 and $100 for ours. Oh, we're looking to buy a new tractor. I see. We're trading ours in. To see Wingert cattle. They were okay but small. The price was too high. We went to the sale barn. It was cold. There was a small crowd. There were 2 cows and calves sold for $173. We had no money to buy them. Home via Tornado area. We saw Dirks's house. Home at 4:30. David had his car going to West Branch in ours for gasket. Maureen out on Cancer Drive. David at his car until dark. We had supper. He went with the boys, us to bed at 11:30. He didn't wake me. MJ and I to Valley till 9:30. Saturday, April 17th. Up at 5 o'clock. David in bed. Why didn't he wake me? He was sneaking in. Maureen to ride with Lucille. She went in at 6:30. I got gas and came home. Rested and then cleaned and waxed downstairs. Cleaned and scrubbed upstairs. David at his car. The wire was burned off. Such a shame. In for Maureen at 4. Groceries. Got groceries and a present for Vera. Aunt Beatty's birthday would have been April 18th. Home. We had pizza. David was in our car to confession and for Connie Neighborgall, he said, and movie. Home at 12:15. I tinted my hair, baked cupcakes, decorated them, made Easter tree, called rum at noon, can borrow temporary on the cattle. Maureen to bed early. We watched TV. Relined. I was relieved when David got home. Wayne paid $10, now owes $3. Took cancer money to Mrs. Little. April 18th, Easter Sunday, 1965. Maureen to work with Lucille at 6:30. Took cupcakes and Easter eggs. She wore good clothes. I napped till 9. Ham in the oven, clean shoes. Took a bath. David and MJ up and ready at 10:30 to Mass and Communion and home. We had a lovely breakfast. Missed my girl. That makes me feel good because I so hated to miss Christmas and Easter at home when I would go to work because it was always so special. And I remember missing Christmas Eve supper one night, and I'm glad that Mom missed me when it was Easter morning because I missed being there. David off with Wayne. We napped. Washed dishes and so on. Me to see Vera at 4:30. She seems fair. Took her an apron, powder, and cream for her birthday. In for Maureen at 5:45. She was late. We were home and had ham sandwiches. David was home, then off with Wayne at 7. We went to Connell's to play cards and have highballs. Home at 11. David in bed. All was calm. MJ's brace rubs his leg. We went to bed at 11:30. Monday, April 19th. Up at 5 o'clock, 28 degrees. David took me in to meet my ride. He had called crew. There was no work. Me at calculator. Sent Sadie's letter. Called VA and wrote to Des Moines about MJ's medication. Coffee at the Quadrangle. Lunch at Handicap. Called home at noon. David at Johnny's. Maureen was washing the car. Called Jewel, Frank had a mastoid out. Maureen met me at West Branch. Had Susan. She had Susan with her. We came home for supper. The girls went to the timber. David earned $5 at Johnny's. MJ gave him $5, and he sold 2 tires to buy $7.50 wires. The girls did the dishes. MJ and I watched Andy and To the Valley, 2 out of 3 with Joe and Fulton. It'll be Andy Griffith, I betcha. Home and to bed before 10:30. So tired. Maureen disappoints me in care of her room, her own things. So careless. April 20th, Tuesday, 1965. Cloudy and rainy. It was cooler. Me to work. Calculating. Had a coffee break. Mailed the VA letter and a letter to Marilyn. And money for David's pictures in the morning. Wrote to Gil.